good evening, this is Nerd to Human and welcome to this AI only Battle Royale in Rome Total War, and this time we have a cavalry only affair with the African culture factions. For this I have actually included the Spanish because they are a little bit of a mix of African and barbarian. Specifically though, they do have very North African style cavalry. So to swing into our armies and see what we've got, we have our Egyptians looking very much like we saw on the Greek version of this affair, but with a little bit more denarii. We've gone back up to 6,000 for here on in. So a nice set of Nile Cav, some Desert Cav, and a bit of our Camel Archers. As ever, 2 units of Missile Cav are permitted. Now, as for Carthage, yes, no elephants being permitted. They thus have a pile of Sacred Band. 5 Sacred Band, 2 General. That is going to be pretty tough to defeat, you might well think. But we do have Numidia to come on in, 2 Generals. Longshield Cav, decent units to be fair. They've got themselves, yeah, the Camel Lads too. These are not bad. And we've already seen the Camels can be very tricky indeed. Numidian Cavalry, not to be underestimated. Honestly, Numidia could well be quite the wild card in all of this. Spain probably less likely to be a wild card, but a big part of Longshield Cav, as I say, not terrible units. They could yet cause some chaos, we shall see. Let's see who can make it to the top of the Libyans playing map. As ever, we are on medium difficulty, so no buffs or debuffs for the units. Let's get into battle and see how the AI fares.
There are many roads to victory. Today our road lies through the enemy's ranks. Show no mercy as you cut them down! There is no shame in being scared, but fear should never be your master. Now cheer, you noblest of men, and sound the advance!
In we go then, and immediately Camel Archers are hanging back. Very sensible of you, Egypt. We have a bit of a rock formation in between Carthage and Numidia, but Carthage can't help but run straight towards them. In fact, on the note straight towards them, the barbarian character of the Spanish seems to have taken over them. Okay, we're going to have ourselves a massive chunky affair here. Yeah, the Spanish taking on Numidia, Carthage in on the flanks. Oh, this could be the true chunking affair, and I've got us on, actually doing AI assistance, by the way. I haven't forgotten to press that button. Egypt are just hanging back at the early stage here, and this is an absolutely colossal affair. Just big charges everywhere, and who knows what's even going on at this point. Yeah, unfortunately for Numidia, that is some of their lighter cav. They need these, the camels in here to chunk down against the Spanish leader, and yeah, he's indeed going to retreat. As for the Carthaginians, these are massively powerful, so yeah, if they're going to charge into your flank, you're in big trouble. As for Egypt, well, okay, some of the Carthaginians did run over here. They definitely did some damage, but yeah, now cavalry only down halfway, and that looks like a simple enough victory. Are they going to get pulled into the big melee? Well, at the moment, not at all. Carthage look like they have ripped everyone apart here pretty quickly. The Spanish have pulled out, and the Numidians are largely fled, although yeah, they're coming back into battle and giving it a second go, which could prove problematic. We'll see here. If Egypt want to get involved, that would be good. But hanging back isn't the worst idea in the world in this kind of affair. It's a shame, actually, that they didn't come and join the madness. That could have been absolutely excellent. Still, we've still got plenty of Spaniards left, and while Numidia have been largely shredded at this point, largely doesn't mean entirely. They could still do some damage to... No, they can't, because they are gone, or mostly gone anyway. Right, Spain are now shaping up to attack Egypt instead, which seems like a much more sensible target. Although, to be honest, no, they're also distracted. Okay, speed this up a minute, and let's just see. No, Spain don't want to do it. Carthage have knocked out Numidia, and yeah, at this point, this unit's getting picked off, but after that we'll see if they want to take each other on for a final bout, or if Egypt are just going to sit around and do sod all. Now, in spite of that early victory for the Egyptians, and by victory I mean, you know, watching everyone else die, I do think that they could still struggle to actually win against Carthage here, especially if Spain actually throw their energy into them first and foremost. If Spain do charge all of this straight on in, I don't know that Egypt have enough to really win. They're not the best cavalry going, but they do the camel archers, which are very useful. If Spain just want to charge them, they'll be absolutely fine, but they're just standing there taking it right now. It seems very, very stupid indeed. Indeed, they are going to try and charge them. That is much more sensible, but I think they've got themselves too close into the rest of the air. They're just going to break. Indeed, they've broken as they've landed the charge, which might not have even really landed, to be honest with you. Yeah, mostly Egyptian still sitting on their camels, so I think the Spanish have been cleared off. They used up too much of their energy smashing into some of the others, and here comes a wedge which just kind of stopped. You're supposed to keep ploughing through, but no, you just broke. So that's Spain completely gone, and I suspect, ooh, how tired are these Cav though? It's Carthage v Egypt, and I'll be honest, Egypt, I feel like you've cheated this one just a little bit, but realistically Carthage were always the ones you'd have to take down here. They have elite cav. I don't think Spain have done enough. It should be said that we have seen this before with the human controlled AI, as in me in this particular occasion. They do tend to be a little bit less aggressive, and on this occasion has very much worked out well. These Sacred Band could still do horrible, horrible work if they just actually want to charge on in, but they are losing too many to these missiles right now. Why aren't they charging? Utter numpties, the lot of them. Right, let's just see. Speed this up. They're still just walking. There comes the charge. They're ploughing in this direction. They've hit those camels. It's going to be a massive hit. Oh, that's an instant rout. Oh, that is very interesting to see. Can he pin that general and take him out of this? Maybe, just maybe. Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm doing some terrible... yeah, pressing enter there would be helpful because we've actually got quite a lot of units around here. Egypt have broken here. Yeah, there's a few breaks for Egypt, but do they have enough Carthage to do this at this stage? They're definitely the honorary victors here, but are they going to actually complete this? I don't know that they're going to have enough men, because whilst they're stronger than Egypt, they're not that much stronger. They're not really going to be able to do it with this many fewer men, but if they can get the routes, they might be okay. Might come down to which general dies first, and Egypt have managed to... Yeah, they've got their general out of there. I think it's too late for Carthage now. The sheer numbers is going to be too much, and Egypt are probably going to carry the day here. I think it's a bit of a cheap win, but that's it. This isn't the most scientific thing in the world. I should probably point that out as I have before. Not scientific, but... who knows? Maybe we could do best out of 3 on this particular occasion. Maybe that'd be more interesting. Particularly, yep, there it goes. I think it's all over. Yeah, just the one Sacred Band left over there. Yeah, why not? Let's do best of 3, because that was not the longest one. I'll keep the next 2 shorter, or the next one shorter, depending on how it goes. I think these 2 are likely to end up to be the final in the battle. But there we are. We can end it there. Officially victory for Egypt, and yeah, this is, for any naysayers there about best out of 3, that is clearly the victor, although maybe Egypt could do it if they got involved in the battle. Take 2 then, and this time Egypt are gonna sit here, so I'm just actually going to tell them, no, actually, you have to run over there. Everyone just run over there. That'll be excellent. So it's going to run into that position. I'll give them new instructions momentarily, but this could be, yeah, far more of a massive grandstand affair. Right, let's just tell them to actually get on with their life now. This is much more like it. Oh yeah, it's just a massive circle of doom, and Sacred Band's charging to Nile Cav. That is probably not good. That's an instant rout for 2 dead, and they're going to just let it happen. You see, this is my whole point. Oh, they've been annihilated this time. This is just a complete hilarious turnaround. Okay, so Egypt are pretty much entirely massacred straight away, although Spain won't rout them. Spain are not as strong. Long shield cav against Nile cavalry. The Nile cavalry are, well, marginally better, but realistically, yeah, Egypt, well, they've managed to repel the Spanish, by and large. Spanish are going to rely on their numbers more than anything else, but yeah, the whole entire Carthaginian side of the battlefield has been a slaughter. Meanwhile, Spain didn't leave enough over here on this particular occasion, which has left, yeah, Numidia to chunk them down. Now, these guys really, because they're kind of like the desert infantry on camelback, they should be getting some nice morales against horses. I don't believe they do. Well, they do for the camels, in fairness, but they don't get the kind of spearman bonus, which is probably reasonable. But, you know, anything you can give to Numidia is always very much appreciated. Can't help but notice most of my units don't have instructions anymore because they've all been routed and have already fled. General is running through the Carthaginian at this stage, and I think it's very clear who the strongest faction is on this particular occasion. We'll just continue to let this run, but it is not Egypt. I'm pretty confident about that. Perhaps the more interesting thing on this occasion is that Carthage actually have thrown too much energy into killing us, which means that now Numidia are hacking them down. Down goes the Carthaginian leader, and yeah, I think that might be them gone. Well. As I say, very unscientific as ever. I think this is the last of Carthage here, and I think Numidia might have the day here because, yeah, Egypt don't have a lot left. Spain are pretty much gone. That's the enemy army routed. I'm pointing at the screen here, which is very, very helpful, of course. But what I was pointing at was the Spanish routing, and indeed that's pretty much just, yeah, Egypt left. So that's actually round 2 to Numidia by the looks of this. I think it's going to take a little bit of technical finishing off to do, but that is it. Yeah, I think, sir, the battle is indeed over. No, still the odd unit who refuses to die. You know what, sir? We're brave and all, but I would say just go home. Go home. You know what? I'll send you in because this battle is as good as done. We're out, and Numidia, clearly the victors on this occasion. Still more kills for Carthage, but far not even fair, right? Well, we did say best of 3. I mean, it might be 1-1-1-0. We shall see. One more go. In we go then, and immediately, what are we going to do? We're going to shuffle. I might have to give them some instructions once again. Yeah, get yourself grouped up. Let's just get ourselves running forward, and then I'll tell you what to do. Okie dokie. Right, reasonable. We're in a better position now, and we'll see. This looks kind of similar to last time, actually, but a few more of these cavalry are coming over to deal with Numidia. It's almost as if they've read the script here. This is about these two facing off against each other. They're the grand finale. Forget about Egypt and Spain. I say that as if Carthage have actually won technically. They haven't. At this point, it's Numidia fighting to win the title, which would be funny. Although I did think they'd actually be quite good. I thought the amount of camels might well help them out here. And it's not the worst performance in the world. You never know, they could win it. Carthage obviously technically haven't won, although they've got the highest kills both times. But this unit's second round is just standing there dying. I must say, these Egyptians are not very good. Both times they've had to actually fight. They've done a terrible, terrible job of it. But there we are. We shall see how it goes. Numidia, oh, they have actually been cleared off by the Carthaginians this time. Down goes Numidian general. And unfortunately, they did get themselves a little bit too stretched out. I must say the Spanish are not looking like the key player in this particular campaign. I'm not really sure that I ever thought they would be, but yeah, they don't look like they're any great shakes at all, are they? But they are making a difference in these battles, so it is interesting to see how they get on. This might actually finally be Carthage's day. I say it might be Carthage's day. There's still technically Numidians here. There's still, I mean, a mostly routed and splattered pile of Egyptian forces dancing around. And here are the Spanish, but the only people who aren't in this screen right now are the Carthaginians. They could yet actually still not win. There are... This is very, very silly indeed. Who are the last units over here? These Numidian Cav. Yes, indeed they are, so light skirmishy lads. But they should be able to beat that general, surely? No. That's them gone. Do Carthage have enough? I don't know they do, actually. Look at that bar. And unfortunately for Carthage, it looks like they are not going to turn up with enough numbers and not enough together to actually win this, are they? They got a bit distracted by taking out the Numidians and the Spanish as they fled the battlefield. I know he is going to go and join his friends, probably for the best, but at this stage, I suspect it might be Egypt who are going to sneak the victory. Carthage are coming in for one final go, but they do not have enough. 2 half-strength units and 1 general, who is not even their official general. I don't think that they can do it, unfortunately for them. Well, you never know. Their charges will certainly rout them if they pick this correctly. I'm not sure wedges is the right way to go, mind you. If they can just rout, yeah, if they can smash that unit, and that's the big one, and rout them, I think they might be okay. You hit maybe the smaller guys and you smash into them. They could get the mass rout that they're looking for. Is this going to happen though? Let's see. You need to charge in at some point soon because you need to rely. They actually did charge into the 2 units I wanted, but in wedge they did not get enough of a charge in, and that's going to be the rout. An eventual victory then for Egypt. I should have believed in the first place. Maybe they're just resilient enough, and I need to give them that. Best out of 3, well, that seems to be the way that it goes. Egypt are going to be crowned the champions. Carthage, in spite of their great power, are going to win none of these 3, and so if they can't win any of 3, really, should they be through to the next round at all? I do not think so. And who can argue with any of this nonsensical science? I don't think anyone can. So we'll let them finish themselves off. They are indeed gone. I think we'll end it there. Once again, they do end with the most kills. So fair enough, chaps. But I'll be honest, yeah. I think you can only say that Egypt are our champions with 2 out of 3. Well done, lads. Pretty good show. Here are the statistics for that final battle in case you're interested in it. In terms of the Egyptians, I mean, the general really carrying a lot of weight there. The Nile Cavalry not doing an awful lot. The camel archers, I feel like, yeah, they do make a difference. That bit of camel just helps with the braking, and obviously the missiles making a huge difference. They really do more than you might well think. Decent little unit that, and perhaps an underrated one. Well, I'm not sure Egypt have convinced me especially, but they've won 2 out of 3, so we will see them in the grand finale. Thank you for joining me for this AI-only affair. We shall be having more of these in the coming weeks, so do look out for them. Do give me your suggestions for special lineups in the comments below. You can, of course, support the channel by becoming a member here or on Patreon by liking and subscribing, and also by getting involved in the comments. I hope you will join us next time. For now, though, I will leave you. I'm Snow's the Human. Thank you, friends, and tally ho. In come the fire arrows, and if you're not aware, by the way, this is actually a traditional Berlin greeting. It says, come and dance with us, come and dance in the flames, come and dance and die on our streets. We have ourselves a foothold in Italy. They broke! We had them entirely surrounded.